theme today is that leaders build capacity in others through modeling, delegation, and empowerment. You will remember we went through that prioritization activity where you could make your list, and we talked about things that you could delegate. And if you're in my group, I talked about how I was going to trick Mark Wilson, who was he's the principal coach, and I was like, he's going to be so impressed with his first year principal. I had the 3 pages of my yellow steno notes, just wanted him to see just how much work I was doing as a principal. And then that's when he said, all right, strike through everything you could have delegated. And I was like, strike, 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 strike. And then his version was encircle the things that only you could have done. And there was like one thing on there. And so I would love to say that I have become an expert at it, and I can't claim that, because there are certain things that I'm sure it's the same as you, like certain things like I just don't want to let this go. But I will tell you, empowerment and delegation for me personally have been the most powerful lessons I've ever learned in leadership. And we're going to talk about how that's different from just giving people stuff that you don't want to do. It really is a gift to other people. We're going to start with a case scenario, and I promise you today I'm not going to talk to you the whole time. We're going to do several different ways of interacting with one another. Despite what some people think, he didn't invent the automobile, and he didn't invent the assembly line, but he's the first person that put it into practice. And within like 7 to no more than 10 years, they were all of a sudden manufacturing more than 50% of the automobiles in our country. But within that same time frame after, something terrible happened. They were losing $1 million a day, and they were losing their top executives. I'm going to talk like, how could an organization start out and be really, really successful, and in about the same amount of time that they were the most successful, they became one of almost, well, really, they were the least successful for a period of time. It was kind of blessed.
I don't know. I don't know. She knows, and I'm just like, I know. I was like, when was it? Was it right at the beginning?
So it's from like 1903 to 1930.
Okay.
It was from the very beginning.
So really early on.
Absolutely, very beginning of the skyline. Just let's share out. I think that's a safe bet. So several people have come up. Several. What did you come up with? Those of you that did not know the answer, what did you come up with? Why did they go from really successful to just abysmally not successful?
It wasn't good leadership.
It has something to do with not having very good leadership. Also has something to do with
not modeling, delegating, or empowering.
Absolutely. It's like I pay these people to do this. Absolutely. So I want you to reflect. These are 2 childhood games. You've all played this in some form or fashion, right? King of the Hill. When you Google King of the Hill, all you get is the cartoon. So it took me a long time to find. I was like, not the cartoon, the kid game. King of the Hill and Follow the Leader. What is the goal of either one of those games? To win. And how do you win in either one of those?
Beat everybody else.
You beat everybody else, right? So King of the Hill, you literally have to push people down. If you were, like, look at what I'm doing. As I push people down, am I rising up? No, I'm pushing people down. So when you push people down as a leader, you're going down as well. And then follow the leader, the whole goal is to have everybody just be behind me, right? Follow exactly what I said. Do exactly what I asked them, or what I'm doing. I don't even have to say it, I just do it, right? Some versions of leadership when you're young, the leader is the one in charge. They're the boss. They're the one with the answers. But everything we've been talking about has far more to do about being a servant leader. All right, so if you've got your phone, since I've been talking a little bit, I would love for you to scan that. What's one word you associate with the law of picture? If you didn't have access to reading anything, a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's my clue, so to speak. But I only want one word. So once you get in, is it working okay? Modeling, bravery, communication, modeling, descriptive, enlightening, vision, purpose, balance, model, visionary, vision. It is really, really easy to talk a good game. People can, you know some people that, like, if they're sitting around and if they're talking about theory, action, what they do in their classroom, whatever, they can talk a good game, but it's much harder to walk that walk. And so the concept behind the ball picture is people are always watching. So I guarantee that we can do this together. So I'm going to read the stem, and then you just respond together. Followers are always watching.
The leader?
The leader. You, right? It's easier to teach what's right than to do what's right. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. We should work on changing ourselves before trying to change. Oh, I feel like we're at church now. And the most valuable gift a leader can give is being a good model. Exactly. example. All right, see, we didn't have to spend a lot of time. That's boiling this down to its essence. People are watching you as a leader.